So basically, Kanye West made a documentary to tell us that he needs supervision. Yeah, he needs supervision.
KANYE'S, and this new documentary got everybody talking. Let's talk about it. Hey beautiful people, how you all doing today? It's your girl Destiny here, and welcome to my channel. How have you all been? Hope you guys are doing great. So KANYE'S just released a documentary, and apparently this documentary was shot around the time he was having his mental breakdown, and the breakdown between his relationship with his ex-wife Kim Kardashian and her family, and generally how he was struggling with his mental health. So apparently, I think Kanye West is trying to show us and let us know how mentally, how he's struggling, and how far things has gone so far with it. But this whole entire conversation is that people are clocking it, because at the point when Kanye West was having his mental breakdown some years ago, a lot of the burden, a lot of the pushback got to Kim Kardashian, because he stated multiple times that he was emancipated by his wife, or now ex-wife, and her family, and oh, they are trying to drug him, they're trying to take his right away from him and all that. And this track entire conversation. But now seeing these clips around of how Kanye West behaves and how everything goes down, it's giving a lot of people a lot of things to talk about and to think about. So I personally have like a kind of a different opinion on this, like a really off one. But yeah, let's go check a couple of clips on this documentary and then people's reaction. But you let me know down in the comment section, have you seen this documentary? What do you think about this documentary? I'm trying to find if I can get a cinema that shows this documentary, because I need to watch it. But anyway, let's go check it out, and then we'll come back and talk more.
I'd rather be dead, not in jail, because I'd rather be dead than to be on medication. No one from the family has taken any my mental health.
Yes, 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 I'm saying yes. And I love you. I love you. I don't want you to be not perfect. I love you. And I want my daughter to love you the way you.
Let's break this down, because this is Kanye West at probably one of his most raw, vulnerable, angry moments that we've seen. Kanye says he felt emasculated by Kris Jenner and Kim when he was on medication. He claims they made him feel like a piece of shit, and that's the only reason he was kept under control, because he was medicated. He says, "I'd rather be dead than on medication." Then he confronts Kris Jenner and says, "Did you have an effect on my mental health?" And she responds, "Yes." Mental health plus the medication stigma. This clip highlights how mental health treatments, especially medication, can carry shame, even amongst family. It shows how feeling controlled or losing agency can amplify emotional turmoil. Feeling powerless in a relationship, Kanye's words reflect a deep hurt, feeling emasculated, feeling like the people around him didn't understand or respect his mental state. When your identity, your pride, and even your manhood feels attacked, mental health challenges can feel 10 times worse. He's calling out people close to him, Kim, Kris, and expecting them to own up to their actions that impacted him. There seems to be some tension, and they didn't know how much they contributed to it and how things might have been different. I'm not saying Kanye's perfect here. No one is. But this is one moment where a celebrity's pain feels too real to deny. His anger, his frustration, they come out of feeling unseen, misunderstood, and perhaps dismissed. I think there's something toxic in how families sometimes treat mental health, expecting people to just snap out of it and not recognize that medication can feel like both safety but a prison at the same time. When someone says they'd rather be dead than medicated, that's not just something to gloss over. That's a red flag, screaming support and not for clout. What do you think? Is Kanye justified in feeling the way he does? Or is there a line where the weight of celebrity amplifies emotion that might be different in the real world? Can medicine help without making someone feel like they're losing themselves or being controlled? How much responsibility do people around someone have when it comes to their mental health issues, or having to understand how their behavior could impact their reaction?
As a person that used to love Kanye, and I used to argue people down about how he was just misunderstood and y'all just don't get it, y'all taking it out of context, I used to sound just like the MAGA people be sounding about Trump. But I say all of this to say y'all will never gaslight me into believing that Kim Kardashian was a bad wife to him and that she's the reason that he ended up the way that he is now. I don't think Kanye ever had good intentions for Kim Kardashian. I feel like he became so fixated on her beauty and the status that she was able to obtain without having a talent per se. And I feel like he got with her because he wanted to control and belittle her. And once she wasn't letting that happen no more, that's when he really started airing out shit. I feel like she could have been exposed Kanye for who he truly is a long time ago. But she always kept it quiet about him. Like, we have never really seen her bash him in the public, tarnish her name or nothing. We can go pull up countless tweets, interviews of Kanye just shitting on Kim. And I would never forget the moment that it really clicked to me. I remember he was spazzing out on Twitter for days at a time. This is like the first time we had really seen him be like public with his mental health breakdowns or whatever. And I think he was in Wyoming. Kim had went to go visit him, and I remember the paparazzi had took a picture of them in the car. You could tell that Kanye West was going off on Kim, and she was just sitting there crying. She looked so defeated. That moment right there just summed up their whole entire relationship. By that point, you could just tell that he had become a totally different person than the person that she married or that she thought she married, and she was defeated. There's no telling what that girl was going through in that marriage. Just look at how he was talking to her mama.
Basically, Kanye West made a documentary to tell us that he needs supervision. Yeah. He needs supervision and medication, and at times a timeout, because this man threw like 37 temper tantrums throughout the course of this documentary. I mean, it was so bad that I almost took my belt off to whoop his ass. I mean, are we watching a so-called genius, or are we watching a toddler who hasn't had their nap for the day? This man was literally jumping up and down and stomping his feet. What is that? Why would he show that? Like, are you not embarrassed, Kanye? Are you not embarrassed? And then on top of that, he's basically making the Kardashian Jenners look like they're saints, which we all know they're not. But he's basically making them look like saints because they were able to deal with and put up with his shenanigans for all these years. I mean, I didn't even watch the whole documentary. I just watched clips that I saw online, and it had me saying, me saying, poor Kim. I can't stand Kim.
Kardashians did Kanye West up, and this is coming from someone who wrote their final speech for their public speaking class in freshman year of college about how Kanye was merely misunderstood. I now know that because I've got my whole frontal lobe now to not be true. That man is not solely misunderstood. He is mentally ill, and he is causing pain and trauma onto others with his behavior, right? Kim did not do that to him. And watching that video of him yelling at Chris, and knowing that that family has not come out publicly and ever really gotten to the nitty gritty of how much of a fool that man was over there acting, and in many cases actually protected him to the extent that they could, it's really disgusting to watch. I think that y'all need to stop with this creative genius shit and start enabling people to go get some fucking help instead of enabling them to continue on the path of self-destruction. Y'all cannot really be, because I am no longer a Kanye fan, but y'all cannot really love this man or respect this man as much as y'all claim by enabling him. Remember when he was fucking running for president and he told the whole world he wanted to get rid of North? He's also a father. He also revealed where his children actually go to school. Y'all have to be a little bit more fucking serious here. It's actually pretty disgusting the lengths to which you will go to enable someone who, yes, is mentally ill, but is also an abuser to many people. Like, get it together.
Not Kanye West like making a documentary about his own villain story, because it is so clear that he's putting this documentary out to be like, look at what my struggles are, look at how hard I have fought, look at how everyone was against me. And when you watch the trailers, you see people, in my opinion, who truly loved him and were flabbergasted that this was happening, that were begging him to get well and wanting to help him, and knowing in their hearts that if he took his medication, he would be a completely different person. Him like walking around in his MAGA cap and shit during the whole thing. It is a wild sight to watch that footage of him unraveling and screaming, and think that he would want to show that as a testament to the struggles that he has in his own life. Because if you can watch that and think that you are the protagonist in that situation, and not that you are abusive and terrifying and scary, and not realize that now everyone is just going to truly see what they have been protecting you from. Like, they have kept all of that under wraps for his benefit and for their own benefit too, of course. But now your kids are going to see that too, and that's just going to be out in the universe. Why?
Kanye West was yelling at Kris Jenner's mom because of the pent-up aggression. Y'all ever be around somebody and they always are angry and explosive? And Kanye, he does not know how to express himself properly, and therefore that is why he's so explosive. He still has pent-up anger at something that is still hurting him. Kris Jenner was doing her best to try to calm him down, but then he came out with a documentary saying that he needs supervision, he needs some medication, he needs help. Now, Kris Jenner coming out saying that she wished her daughter loved him the way she does, let me know that basically Kim can't tolerate that bullshit. Not only that, you know he cheated on her with Jeffree Star. And a lot of men who is undercover DL has pent-up aggression. Just look at Wuda. And Undos. Y'all remember when Undos came out? Like literally before that, he was always bashing women and joking on them. Now he's just so happy and free. Listen, now Wuda is living in his true colors. And the whole time he done painted his nails. He's not arguing with women. He ain't making it seem like everybody is against him. Only the ones that is undercover or DL has this pent-up aggression.
Oh, baby, you thought I was not going to talk about Mr. West, Mr. Kanye West. This brand new documentary he just dropped. Baby, let's get into it, okay? I could not pass this up, ladies. I just want to let y'all know, for those of you that are aware of what it's like to be in a relationship, a marriage with a narcissist, you already know, sis. But for those of you that do not know, this documentary is like, they should use this documentary as a Narcissism 101 masterclass, bitch. I'm telling you right now. You know, I've seen a few clips of it, and all I've seen is Kanye screaming and yelling at Kim, his wife, and I don't like her. I don't care for none of them, but nobody deserves to be, you know, treated like that. I've seen clips of him yelling and screaming at his female cousin. I've seen him screaming at the top of his lungs at his mother-in-law, Kris Jenner. I say all of this to say, for those of you that do not know what it's like to be in a relationship with a narcissist, the whole world thinks he's a perfect man. He's so helpful, charming, you know, such a nice guy to outsiders, to his family, to his church community, to his coworkers. But get him behind closed doors. If you are his significant other, girlfriend, living girlfriend, fiance, wife, get him behind closed doors, and that will turn on you like a light switch. Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde type of personality. A narcissist will wait. He'll spend the whole day being polite, charming, fun, charismatic to total strangers. He will spend money on total strangers, buy gifts, if you will. Just blow smoke, kiss ass, you know, put on a show. His whole character persona is so performative. He's performing for everybody. He's a community activist, a social activist. He's a community savior. You know, he's such a helpful guy around the house, a handyman. Everybody loves the guy until you have to deal with him behind closed doors. And the main person that sees the true demon that the narcissist is his significant other, the girlfriend, the wife, the baby mama, the fiance, whoever he goes home to at night. He unleashes his demonic personality on his significant other. You better know it. Kanye West very well may be very talented. He may be a musical genius, but an abuser, womanizer, full blown. And baby, when I say full blown narcissist. You know, if he's bipolar, he's bipolar. You know, add that to the cocktail. Fully explosive personality. But if you want to know what it's like to live with a narcissist, Kanye was bullying all of them behind closed doors, and the world didn't know it. Kanye bullied his spouse, and she protected his image. You know, I don't like I said, I don't like the Kardashian clan. I don't, because they're all narcissistic, but their level of narcissism is not on his level. His level of narcissism is out of the world. I have no words for Kanye. To put on this persona that you are a savior, a community activist, Oh, I can't forget religious, man of God. Those are the worst ones. Everybody loves this, but nobody knows the damage, the destruction, the abuse, the domestic, the chaos he causes to his significant other behind closed doors. You're going to watch the documentary. Understand you are going to be taught a master class on Narcissism 101. Let's all educate each other, ladies. And for all the pick-me women that love these types of men, have at it, sis. You're going to be the buffer. We're going to feed you to the wolves. Since you like to deal with these types of men and you love to protect them, you know that they children and they do bad things to people and they don't pay their child support, and you be right there helping the dude. Have them, sis, because you know what? He's going to turn on your ass too. But for the smart women that know better, get away. The first red flag. I didn't say the second, third, fourth, or fifth. I said the first. Get away, get out, protect yourself. There's a lot of men like Kanye West roaming around. You got them in your family. You got them, your coworkers. And y'all, like I said, you've dated and been in relationships with these types of men. Single is the way to go. Protect yourself, protect your money, and stay, if you got to get your license to carry, stay locked and loaded, ladies. This is not a game.
Okay, girl. Go down in the comment section and share your thoughts. Love to know what you think about this entire conversation down in the comment section. But as always, please keep it respectful. You're on this channel. We're allowed to disagree, but we do it in a very respectful way. So go ahead, feel free, share your thoughts. Love to know what you guys think. It's really interesting where this entire conversation of Kanye West and everything. I have not seen the documentary, but I've seen a lot of clips on social media about this documentary. And all the clips I've been seeing is actually Kanye West screaming. I would love to watch this documentary. I'm looking away on how I can really watch this documentary. Maybe I'll come back and do like a part 2. But from all the clips I've seen on the documentary, like, it just gives like everybody, even before now, everybody blames the Kardashians for Kanye West issue. And I feel like when it's almost giving me like a woman is always has to be blamed when a man is not doing well, even including mentally. The woman at the end of the day is going to be blamed for the man not doing well, or not being supportive enough, or not being this. They say I'm not one of the person that I don't care about the Kardashians, like. But let's even look at it in the perspective way of the dynamic between a relationship, a man and a woman. We've seen how multiple times a lot of these men have put in the burden and the responsibility on the women in their life to baby them, to nurse them. Okay, you're having your mental struggles and all that. Okay, be an adult and seek the help that you feel as an adult you need for it. Be very, very self-aware and self-attuned. I know a lot of people say, oh, mental health is I get it. I have my own mental health issues, and I know every other person have their own. I have my own struggles. But the truth is that as a responsible adult, which is something that every responsible adult should do themselves, go get yourself diagnosed and know exactly what works for you. And when people talk about medications or medication, I say I have severe anxiety. And this is me even just saying it, that like I know my therapist said I have serious anxiety, and I take I take some medications once in a while down there. But the truth is that I understand my body and I can identify when I'm in that state of having anxiety. And that is the only time I take my dose. So it's not something that I am dependent on. So, and I know everybody has level to this mental health thing, and everybody have their different struggle with it. But you as an adult, when you know you're struggling and the way your mental health is showing up in your life and even affecting the people around you, then do something about it. Because whether you like it or not, the other person you are affecting with your mental health issues also have their own mental health. You're messing up their own mental health issues. So it's a whole thing, it's a whole community. As you want every other person to be very considerate about your mental health, also be considerate of the other people's mental health. But you could clearly see the way Kanye West even talk to people. The clips I've seen, the way he talks to people. I personally, if he was my loved ones, I would not want to be around him, because he talks to the people that he claimed he loved, other people, his family, his cousins, his wife, his mother-in-law. He talks to them in a very distress. I don't know why you are screaming. Why are you always shouting when you are talking? Why are you always frustrated? And yet people also, oh, he's misunderstood and all that. Low-key, I kind of understood, because I think I've shared this a multiple times. I was one of those, yes, not in my grown age. In my grown age, I don't care if you misunderstand me, that's your business. But growing up, even till now, and I feel like I compensate on it with over-explaining myself. And if you notice the way I even talk here on my channel, I kind of repeat things a lot, because I am being, growing up, I was being misunderstood. So my mind is now wired to always over-explain myself so that I don't get misunderstood. So yes, Kanye West is being misunderstood. That does not give him the right to start shouting at everyone. It's literally screaming at everyone. And I do remember when his whole when he was lashing out came and all that, and everybody was like, oh, the Kardashians, they take people's destiny and all that. See, in this whole madness that's going on, in this whole Kanye West drama and everything, he should for one day stop and take responsibility yourself, because Kanye West is blaming everybody in his life. He's holding everybody responsible for his mental health other than himself. He's not asking himself, what's the role I'm playing? What's this thing? I mean, this is the same man that married a woman that he's parading naked around everywhere on the streets. Because whether we like it or not, I feel like Kanye West got married to, yes, he was a bigger star than Kim Kardashian, but he got with Kim because at that time Kim was big. And whether you like it or not, Kanye West is giving some type of energy I don't understand. He has said it before that he's a mini god. That's the vibe. He's giving me like he's untouchable. And I feel like he got with Kim for status sake, just to spice it up. He's like, yes, I'm with the hottest girl in Hollywood at this point. And I feel like, and that's what he's doing with his wife now, because I feel like Kanye West is the type I don't know him personally, but he's giving me the type of man like, if you're his woman, he wants to tell you everything that you need to do. Imagine when he was with Kim, he was the one directing everything, how she dress, where she goes, everything. He's giving that vibe. And then now your mental health is like declining, and rather than you stopping and owning yourself responsible, the people around you that is trying to help you, you're saying, oh, they are the cause of it, they are the cause of why your mental health. What did you do about it? So as much as the Kardashian has their own, Kanye West should hold himself accountable for his actions. Should hold himself accountable for how he handles his own mental health. Anyway, guys, you guys let me know what you guys think about this conversation, because I feel like the conversation is way bigger and deeper than this. Maybe I'm saying I'm going to do live so that we can be talking on live, but maybe I should do live later on today so we really sit down and talk, because this kind of West issue, I just feel like it's that case of the woman has to be blamed, and Kim Kardashian and her mom is being blamed that they were the one that put him on medication. When you're trying everything and it's not working, you resort to the only thing they tell you it will work. Anyway, guys, let me know what you guys think about this conversation down in the comment section. But as always, keep it respectful. Share this video with somebody that you want to be part of the conversation, because that's what we do here. We have banging conversation. So go ahead, feel free, share this video. Please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, smash the like button, because this helps YouTube to push up my content for more people to see. And that will be you supporting this channel and this girl here. So go on and do that. Subscribe if you haven't, and I will see you guys in my next video. Deuces.